Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is Wednesday, the 23rd of March, 2022. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Let's start this reading off with a blessing. Oh, I didn't even get the words out. The card jumped out. Look at this tree. We get the blessing of blessed tranquility. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current waves of emotion shall become a sea of tranquility, full of love and blessings. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. Let me read this blessing again. Blessed tranquility. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current waves of emotion shall become a sea of tranquility, full of love and blessings. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. All right, I have lots of questions this morning, so let's jump straight in. Um, the first question I have is from Spirit Beyond the Stars. And Spirit says, Old 45 was in Russia last week. So let's ask Tara, what was 45 doing in Russia last week? What was 45 doing in Russia last week? What was 45? Why did 45 go to Russia and what was he doing there? It was like, how did he get there? He has his own plane. Ah, what was 45 doing in Russia? Oh my goodness. Mm. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm going to show you every single card. Okay. Now, why was 45 in Russia a week ago? Okay, the first card we get is the Queen of Wands. Dark woman, lover of money, okay? But this is my witchy woman card. This is telling me that 45 went over to Russia to strategize with Pootie Tang. They are discussing the failures of his war, the heartbreak that is ensuing because his invasion did not go to plan. They are discussing ways on how to secure some type of victory. Everything that they have done so far, they are losing. They are discussing how to bring about their Make America, Make Russia Great Again. Guys, this is what this is all about. Okay. Um, in the future, we get the Emperor. This is uh Putinsky, Pootie Tang. We'll just call him Pootie Tang. This is Pootie Tang. This is his power. This is his authority. He is not happy with what is how things are progressing. He is not happy with how information is being presented to him, and he is not happy about having to swallow an iota of pride, which makes him very dangerous. The next card, we get the star, okay? Now, this is my maybe card, but this card reads loss, theft, and abandon. All of these things are in the purview of 45 and Pootie Tang. Okay, so loss. They're losing the war, theft, how they tried to steal the election, how they tried to use their magical words to convince people that what they are seeing is not what's going on. Um, and what else they were discussing was how this was making them very anxious. So, Spirit Beyond the Stars, 45 and Pootie Tang were brainstorming, discussing, um, because there was a contract between 45 and Putin. Okay, now everything didn't go to the way it was to plan because 45 is no longer the president of the United States, which was Pootie Tang's insurance that the West would not become involved when he annexed the Ukraine. So that's what they were discussing. 45 is now beholden to Pootie Tang because uh, of the deals that were made. There are handshake deals that were made. I get you elected, you do this for me. Okay? This was Pootie Tang's do me a favor though to 45. Okay? And this is going to be this is guys, I don't even know where my emotions can go from here. Just knowing that the two of them got together and all they could do was shake their heads and point fingers at each other and argue. This was your fault. If you had done this or hadn't done this, this is a whole bag of worms. But Spirit, it was about the invasion of the Ukraine and all the ways that it didn't work, and then about financial security going forward is what they were talking about. Okay, my next question is okay, and the second part of Spirit's question, she says that a Russian oligarch went to Mar-a-Lago as well. So 45 went over to Russia, and an oligarch went down to Mar-a-Lago. What did the Russian oligarch go to Mar-a-Lago to discuss with 45. Guys, this is about money laundering. Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster are money laundering facilities for Russian money. 45's losing money because COVID and everything else that's going on. I'm sorry, that's my spirits just put that right there. It's about money laundering. That's what the oligarch went to Mar-a-Lago to discuss how to launder money to make money available for the Russians through 45's businesses that he has left, which is Bedminster, the golf club in Miami, Mar-a-Lago, and there's a fourth one. The one in Scotland. They are all properties that are laundering money for Russia. Okay, none of those properties are making money. The money that is all laundered, um, illegal funds, and that's what that's about. I don't have to pull. That's what my guides told me, Spirit. Okay, my next question is from Carmen B. And Carmen would like to know what was um how did Russians Russian citizens who were texted by Arnold Schwarzenegger. How did they respond to what Schwarzenegger was telling them? How did Russian citizens respond to the messages of truth, of what the war was? How did Russian citizens respond to Arnold Schwarzenegger's texts? Oh my goodness. Okay. He must have said something about their money because what they're feeling is that they have to protect their money, hold on to what they have. They're worried that they are going to be left with absolutely nothing. They believe every word that Schwarzenegger said. So these people are not of two minds. They are understanding what's going on. They formed judgment against Vlad and about what is going on. And they wish to see this come about. They want this resolved immediately. They don't want to be a part of anything that Putin is doing towards the Ukraine. They pray that he is brought to justice swiftly and that it is severe. They want uh, Vlad Putin to pay for what he has done. This is causing them so much anxiety, so much stress and fear. And they know that this is going to cause them to live in a state of loss for a long time. There you go, Carmen. That's how the Russian citizens are feeling about what Arnold Schwarzenegger had to say. Okay, my next question is from Jasmine. And Jasmine would like to know, will there be another COVID lockdown? I guess Anthony Fauci said that there may be another wave or something. I'm not sure. Will there be another COVID lockdown in the United States? Will there be another COVID lockdown in the United States? Spirit, tell me whatever it is that needs to be said. Yeah, yeah, yes. And I'm going to say this, guys. The first four cards are all major arcana. Every single card is major arcana. Okay, okay. Will the United States be locked down again because of COVID? We get a yes. Okay, the first card out we get is strength. This is the virus. It has not waned, it has not weakened. Okay, people are being lulled into a false sense of security. And I need to say this to everyone. The reason that governments have lifted the bans on COVID is because they are no longer going to fight against society to make good choices. They have literally laid down their swords and have left the health of American people on American people's shoulders. Okay? There is another variant that is going to rush through. It is going to be like a fire, like a wildfire that is going to rush through the population. Here's our first yes, the judgment. Okay. Question, is there going to be another lockdown? Here's our first yes, and it's the judgment card. Change of position, renewal, or outcome. Our second yes is the sun. Material, this is material happiness, wealth, family, fortune, marriage, but this is a yes. In the future, we have the fool, folly mania. The reason that this is going to happen again is because people behaving ignorantly, as we do. Um, people not protecting themselves and behaving like COVID doesn't exist. The next card, we get the King of Pentacles, okay, the moneyed king. This is going to cause another financial hardship on the United States and the world. Next card we get is the sneak thief, the Seven of Swords, trying to get away with something. But the Seven of Swords reads what it actually says. This is design, attempt, wish, hope, confidence, or quarreling. A plan that may fail. So we're talking about a lockdown. It all automatically, as soon as they say we're locking down, half of the United States is going to say, no, we're not. And they won't. This is going to cause another round of fighting. Now, this is fighting off opposition. This is not infighting. So, this fight is a fight outside of oneself. This is the public, okay? We are going to be fighting COVID for a while yet. The last card we get is Temperance. Temperance, this is balance. But let me read to you what the Temperance card says in the Rider White deck. Temperance is, find it here. Temperance is economy, moderation, frugality, management, and accommodation. So these two cards go hand in hand, okay? This is going to be hard on the economy once again. It's going to hit us in the pocketbook another time. All right. That's my answer for that one, Jasmine. Yes, there may very well be another COVID lockdown because we are not done with this virus yet. My next question is from Liz L. And Liz would like to know what will happen to Pootie Tang's mistress, Elena Kabeva, who is in Switzerland. What will become of Putin or Pootie Tang's mistress in Switzerland? What will happen to Alina, Pootie Tang's, let's just call him Vlad, Vlad's mistress? What will happen to Vlad's mistress, girlfriend in Switzerland, the mother of his two young sons? What will happen to Alina? Hmm. Well, okay. The first card that comes out is the Emperor. This is Vlad himself, okay? The second card, we get the Queen of Pentacles. So this may be Alina. This may be her energy, okay? So we got the Emperor and the Queen of Pentacles. Dark woman, lover of money. So what this is telling me is that Vlad has tried to make sure that she is financially taken care of. There's a lot of fighting that's going on about this. This is internal fighting. This may be a fight between her and Vlad. It's talking about this. It's about money. It's about rich people problems. Okay. Uh, what I see here is that she's going to have to move, and she may have to keep moving as long as this is going on. People are not going to want to protect her. So Vlad has made sure that she's financially stable, but she does not have a homeland right now. She's going to have to leave Switzerland. This is it's going to get around that she's there. Um, Money's coming in for it. Switzerland does not want to be accused of harboring. Um, because Vlad is going to be charged with war crimes. So this is all going to come down to harboring members of his family as refugees, but not refugees. And she's going to try to ask for political asylum, and they are not going to give it to her. They're going to tell her she needs to leave. Okay, and that's what's going to happen. She's going to be put on a road of movement. She's not going to have a place to call home. Um, a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people are weighing in on harboring fugitives. Even though she hasn't committed any crime, it's who she's attached to. So she is like a part of his attaché, and Switzerland does not want to be harboring fugitives or war criminals. The last card we have is the Page of Swords. Okay, the spy in the camp, somebody coming out with more news. But this all goes hand in hand. People don't want to be associated with Vlad. They don't want their money, his money, to have influence in their countries. And they do not want to be accused of harboring fugitives or war criminals. So, um, Liz, excellent question. Uh, Alina, Vlad's girlfriend, mistress, whatever you want to call her, is going to be put on a road of travel to try to find a place where she can be because the civilized world does not want her uh, there while she is attached to Vlad. Excellent question. Next question is, what will happen to the Ukrainian people in Mariupol who were removed to Russia? Okay. Um, and I did look this up, guys. Mariupol got blown up. Russia blew up this town, and then the people who could not escape, they went in and took these people and took them to Russia. Guys, this is exactly how Hitler started when they started interning the non-Germans and the Jewish and gay people in Germany. This is exactly what they did. They took them, removed them, and locked them in gulags. Okay? This is exactly how Hitler started his reign of terror in pre-World War II. Okay? So, what will happen? What is happening to the Ukrainian people in Mariupol who were taken to Russia? What is happening with them? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The first card we get is Justice in Reverse. Justice in Reverse is law all departments, bigotry, bias, excessive, and severity. These people are locked up and they are being treated badly. They were removed, taken from their land, told that to lay down their weapons, and they were kidnapped, taken hostage, taken as political prisoners. Below, we get the King of Wands. The King of Wands reads, this is a dark nature, emotional, animated, noble, dark man, friendly, married, and honest. This, guys, this is Volodymyr Zelensky. And this is his heart is with his people. He wants to do everything he can to secure their release, but he can't do anything because he's in the middle of a very lopsided war. We have to see everything that's going on. The people in Russia, everyone in the world has to see that what is being done is a complete, it is a like it's a repeat of what Adolf did in 1942. This is a repeat of what Adolf did in 42. We have got to see this. The next card is the emperor, the two of rods, the emperor holding the world in his hands. Okay, this is somebody who is confident about everything that they have. The two of rods reads, weight of the world, riches, fortune, suffering, and disease. And this is suffering and disease. This is how the people of Maripol are. They are being treated unjustly. They are being harmed. Okay, they are victims of this war that they weren't even didn't even know they were a part of. This is going to cause this is all bad. Okay, this is female sadness, sterility, privation. This is hardship. This is bad stuff happening. And the final card we have is the Ten of Swords, suffering, death. Some of the people will die. All of them are suffering. None of them are being properly cared for. They are being treated as prisoners of war. They are being held, just like the Jewish people were in 1943. They are being held as political prisoners of war. They are being starved and beaten. This is Adolf's reign all over again. All over again. Almost step by step, word by word. We are reliving the beginning of World War II. What we are allowing Vladimir to do is exactly what the world allowed Adolf to do in the 40s. And the result will be the same. Okay. My next question is from Denny. And this is an excellent question. Denny would like to know what happens to preachers when they die and see people uh, on the other side who they swore would not make it into the afterlife, or the ones that they condemned to hell. What 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 do preachers what happens when religious leaders die and find out and find out that they can't command that they well, let me see. I have to figure out how to ask this, Denny. What happens when preachers die and see people they thought would not make it to the other side? Yeah, we'll just ask it like that. Universe, please speak through me clearly. Please answer this question for Denny. Let him know. How do religious leaders feel when they cross over and see people who they feel shouldn't have made it? Ah, they're not upside down. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. I think that's enough. Get the last one. So the first card out is the King of Swords. This is the severe king. So this is and it shouldn't make people angry, but this is ego. Okay, this is ego. Nobody can command anybody else's spirit anywhere. So religious leaders who claim that somebody is going to go to jail or go to hell or is not worthy of receiving the kingdom of heaven. Number one, they're hypocrites. They have no right to judge. their severity will be interned on themselves. Then we get in front, we get the Three of Swords inverted. The Three of Swords inverted is mental alienation, error, loss, distraction, disorder, and confusion. Okay, there you go. This is to the state of mind. Confusion, anxiety, not knowing why. Okay, but this is again, no one can save anyone else or curse um, anyone else in for eternity. We do that to ourselves, guys, and that's what everybody needs to understand. The what's behind is we get the Ten of Rods inverted. Now this is obstruction. The Ten of Wands inverted is contrarieties, difficulties, intrigues, and um apologies. Apologies. Hmm. Wow. Maybe they have to say, "Wow, I'm sorry." But Denny, what I'm kind of feeling here, what I'm feeling is that this is a hypocritical type of thing. So when people who are of a religious ilk cross over and see all the people who they condemn to hell, that's not that's a judgment on their own self. Okay, because we cannot send people anywhere. The only ship we can steer is our own. What I feel like happens to religious leaders, because we get the tower, and this is in the near future for these religious leaders who feel like they can condemn people. What happens when they cross over is they have to go through a veil of cleansing. All of their life is reviewed, okay? All of their downfalls are reviewed. And this is what happens to each and every one of us. Our lives are scrutinized, our deeds are scrutinized. We have to answer for what we did, not for what anybody else did. And anyone who is found guilty of misleading other people through spiritual ways or condemning them, using their words to harm other people, will face their own karma then, their own hell then. And this is what we need to understand, guys. We build our heaven or our hell. We build it brick by brick. We this our new earth that we are creating is our heaven. That's what we are striving to do. And our works and deeds and words are what builds those edifices brick by brick. And where we live, where we stop and stay, is in the edifice that we complete. So if you complete your hell, that's where your eternity is going to be. If you complete your heaven, that's where your eternity is going to be. It is on us. We have in any religious people, preachers, rabbis, imams, anybody who does harm to other people under the guise of religion has to face their own karma. No person can condemn to hell or heaven any other person. We do that ourselves. All right. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get off that question. My next question is also from Denny. Denny would like to know, what is the purpose of Bitcoin? And and is this a part of the new world order to bring one economy into being? What is, excuse me, what is the purpose of Bitcoin? And is it to bring about a singular world currency. What is the purpose of Bitcoin? Okay. All right. The purpose of Bitcoin is to change the way that money is defined. It's about giving strength to those who wouldn't necessarily have it. This is a way to go around the government, to go around the government. The idea of Bitcoin is again to make it a way for all people to participate in the economy without having to subscribe to one form of currency, to be able to travel um, around the world without having to buy different currencies, to be able to use Bitcoin as currency in any market in any country. Here's our answer. We get the Wheel of Fortune, and the question was, what is the purpose of Bitcoin? Okay, we get the Wheel of Fortune. This is karma. This is something coming full circle. Okay, money, currency was an idea, a way of trading something of value for something else, to give people who were selling wares uh, a way to receive without trading and bartering. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. So, this is what is the purpose of Bitcoin? This is something that is being talked about all over the world. It has been talked about for years and years and years and years since the 90s when it was imagined, okay? And this, just like paper money, is an imagining. And we have to keep it where it belongs. Will this become a national currency? No. It will be a currency that is used nationally. There's the answer. But it will not become a national currency. The whole thing about this is, in the end, is about bringing balance to this world. What is actually necessary for people to live and prosper. And that is not through economic slavery. Excellent question, Denny. All right. So the purpose of Bitcoin is to have a global currency that can be used anywhere, regardless of a country's paper currency. That's what Bitcoin is. It is to bypass governments and a way to uh, pay for things without going through a government entity, any government entity. All right. Next question. Will President Biden address gas gouging? Will any CEOs be held accountable for the gas gouging that is going on? Again, barrel of gas. I don't know what it is today, but I know a couple of days ago it was around the $90 a barrel, which means gas should cost $2 and something, not $6 and something, which is proof that CEOs Big corporations, like I've been telling you guys, are harming us because they can. And that's it. Because they can. Okay, here we go. Will Biden address gas gouging, and will any CEOs be held accountable? First, we get our first yes, we get the justice card. Okay, this is going to be a change. Then we get the magician, another change. Yes, and the world. Look at that. 3 yeses in a row. Yes, Denny. I think this is Denny's question. President Biden will address gas price gouging. And some CEO people are maybe it's gonna be later. It's gonna be later in the year, but expect for gas and oil CEOs in America to have to sit in front of Congress and explain why why during a pandemic and a war they did what they did. Yes, Denny. Yes. President Biden will address the price gouging, and yes, CEOs from gas and oil corporations will have to sit in front of Congress and explain why they tried to harm people during a pandemic and a war. Okay, my next question is from Jasmine, beautiful girl, and spirit beyond the stars. This question is about Judge Thomas, Clarence Thomas. He's in the hospital. I don't know if he's out yet um, with some type of infection. And we're just going to do a full throw on Thomas. What is his mindset? And is he planning on stepping down and leaving the Supreme Court? Is he using this illness? Will this illness be a segue? There we go. To his exit of the Supreme Court. Spirit guides, creator, please let me have permission to have a snapshot into Clarence Thomas's mind. It's yellow. He's sick. He's sick. It's like a chemical, like mustard gas. He is ill. He's there. It's a yellow fog, like mustard gas. It's yellow. Oh, Clarence Thomas may die. Oh my goodness. The first card we get for Clarence Thomas is the Knight of Cups. This is a gift, okay? This is arrival approach, a messenger, advance proposition, demeanor, invitation, okay? Oh, in front of him, he gets the Ten of Swords. This is the death card. He is sick. And he is suffering. And I'm feeling like this yellow gas is in his bloodstream. It's affecting his oxygen levels. Some type, almost like a poisoning, but it's inside of his whole body. He is infected. It's dense. Um, Below him, he gets the Six of Swords. Now, this is what we say, escaping to foreign shores, uh, moving away. This is journey by water, route way, expedient. Whatever's going to happen to him is going to happen quickly. Behind him, we get the Three of Swords inverted. This is mental alienation, error, loss, distraction, disorder, and confusion. His illness is messing with his mind. His next card is the Four of Swords. Guys, we get the 3, 4, and 5 of Swords. He is in for it. The Four of Swords is vigilance, retreat, solitude, the hermit's repose, exile, the tomb and the coffin. Guys, the only card we did not get was the actual death card. But these two cards together can definitely mean that his demise may be imminent. He is looking at what he has lost. He is looking. He is having, while he is hospitalized, he is having a time, a reconciliatory time, to basically go over. He is being sat down long enough to see what he has done, to see his life pass before his eyes. This is my Supreme Court card. This is saying that we are definitely in the energy of Judge Thomas. But him being a judge, being tied and bound by justice, justice being blind, fair, and swift, this is where he failed. I'm going to read you the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords reads, bad news, violent chagrin, crisis, conflict, and sickness. Okay? He is very, very sick. And his last card he gets is the Knight of Swords. Everything that he got, every single one of his cards, except for that one, is swords. He is going through. This is his reckoning. Clarence Thomas is going through his own personal reckoning right now. The Knight of Swords is skill, bravery, capacity, defense, wrath, war, destruction, resistance, and ruin. This is the end of Judge Clarence Thomas. If he returns to the court, he may not be there very long. I really feel, and I don't know if I skipped over this card. This is looking at loss. I did skip it. I'm sorry. This came right before this one. So we have the looking at loss. Clarence Thomas is facing his mortality right now. He is going through his own personal reckoning. This is a life and death situation for him. He may not uh, return to the court after this illness. He may not return to this side of life after this illness. Okay. My next question is from Preston, and Preston would like to know, will any of 45's security team turn on him or his family? Will any of 45's security team turn on him or his family? Here we go. There's fighting. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of coercion going on. Okay? There's fighting. They are fighting, fighting, fighting. People want money. People want stuff to be quiet. Um, Everything is transactional. So people are wanting to get something to remain silent or they will threaten to walk away. So, Preston, yeah, there, anybody on their teams may turn on them. It depends on what they get in return and how much fealty they have to 45. But if they are put on the carpet like they're going to be in trouble for something, they will definitely turn on 45. My last question is from Beautiful Girl. And Beautiful Girl would like to know, will Raphael Warnock uh, uh, win his reelection in Georgia? Will Raphael Warnock win back his Senate seat in Georgia? Will Raphael Warnock win his Senate seat? Will he be able to keep his seat? Will Raphael Warnock be able to keep his Senate seat? Here we go. Yes. But oh my gosh, guys, I've got to read this to you because I've got some inverteds that I'm not sure what they mean. The first card out, we get the Page of Pentacles inverted. The Page of Pentacles inverted is liberality, luxury, unfavorable news, and dissipation. Don't worry about that because we got a yes later on. This is saying that there's going to be some trouble. And I feel like this is going to be because of Brian Kemp and the whole thing that's going on in Georgia. Guys, there is so much that is going to be litigated before the election. Gerrymandering is going to come under scrutiny because of what Brian Kemp did when he was over the elections. There's a lot of fraud that is going on in Georgia that will be uncovered this year. It will be litigated this summer. In front, we get the magic card. And this is going to benefit Raphael Warnock. He has got some magic helping him. Now, this is a dark woman, a lover of money, but this is somebody that can make things happen. And this could possibly be part of Stacey Abrams' campaign. She is running for governor. Raphael Warnock is running for senator. This is all in the same election. There's going to be a lot of upheaval and change in Georgia. What's below? We get the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups inverted is truth, loyalty, liberty. This is mistakes and imperfections, okay? I don't know if this is mistakes that Raphael Warnock will make or has made, or if this is still a part of the election process that's going on in Georgia that will be scrutinized. The next card, what's behind, we get the Knight of Swords, rushing in as if going to war. This is going to happen quickly, okay? These lawsuits, this litigation is going to move through the court pretty quickly once it gets in there. It's going to cause a lot of sadness, heartache, anxiety, desperation for a lot of people. Not necessarily for Warnock, but for every politician in Georgia, because this is going to change how election processes are done. The next card we get is this is the Four of Wands. This is my Democratic happy family. So this is the first yes on will Raphael Warnock retain his seat in the Senate. Okay, we get this celebratory card, this happy family, this home that we made it. This is ours. This belongs to us. Okay. The second yes, we get the victory card. We get the the six of wands. This is victory. Okay, this is riding in the parade. Victory. That is a yes. Raphael Warnock will retain his Senate seat. Throughout this process, we are going to see the treachery that has been done to the election process. And this will be sorted out, and then it will go state by state to reconcile. And that's the word I am being told. There will be a reconciliation to voter suppression across the United States. 2022 is a pivotal year, guys. A lot of things we are going to be forced to see a different way. We are going to experience pain and hardship that is going to force the courts to adjust how our laws are applied, how they are written, and how they come into being. What we are going to see in this 22 year is an elevation of truth. We will see an elevation of unity, people coming together, people standing up and fighting for a singular cause. 2022 is a year of change. It is a year of drastic hardships, but it is also a year of exponential awakenings to blessings that we have that we can't see because we're blinded by circumstance. We are in a conscious, an elevation of consciousness is where we are right now. We are being lifted up. We are being made to consider, to see, to hear, to feel things differently. We are being called to question everything and to not give a pass to anything. Okay? All right, guys. The weather report for the rest of the week has not changed since Wednesday. Texas, Louisiana, you guys are it's gonna be bad in the Gulf states, okay? In the Gulf Coast, it's gonna be bad down there. We're still gonna have some wind. Oklahoma, Kansas, and Arkansas are going to be dealing with a lot of straight line winds and tornadoes. Um, we are going to be dealing with wind events the entire summer, guys. This is going to be the one constant that we are going to be able to depend on like clockwork. There will be a lot of damage caused by wind this summer, this spring, this summer, into next winter. Wind is going to be our bane of our existence. The heat that is coming is also going to be something that a lot of us are not prepared for. Please, if you live in an area where where you don't have an air conditioning unit on your house because it usually doesn't get that hot, please go invest $100 in a window unit or a nice cooling fan, something that you can add water in that can cool off a room, cool down a room quickly, or cool you down quickly, especially if you live in areas where um, air conditioning is not something that is automatically in your house. Be prepared for hotter than normal weathers for the entire United States. The entire United States will see an elevation of plus, on an average, it'll be 5 degrees warmer, 3 to 5 degrees warmer than it normally is at any given moment. Okay, so we're going to the planet of the temperature of the planet, I said that backwards, is increasing already. And it is going to cause us physical issues. Make sure that you have something, a fan, a cooler, something you can put in a window, a way to keep yourself cool. Okay? I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. Take care of yourself. Please put your questions in the box down below for Friday's live show. I love you guys. I love you. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Bye bye, guys.